Hello YouTube, this is DJ Mega Age 17 and today I'm going to be making a video about my thoughts on Dragon Ball GT. Now this is going to be my first review slash rant of some sort. Well anyway, I thought I'd make a video about this because there aren't a lot of good videos about this show because a lot of people seem to have just written it off because Toriyama didn't write it. Well, I wanted to get into some of the stuff I had an issue with the show. There were a few things I did like about the show, mainly Super Saiyan 4. One, I think it looks cool, and two, it brought back the relevance of tail that was lost after the Saiyan invasion, since everybody's tail got cut off. Because if I remember correctly, Raditz did say something about the key to unlocking a Saiyan's true potential was through their tail. I'm glad that they brought that back. Now, to the stuff I did have a problem with. Well, the first part I had a problem with was the pretty much the whole beginning part of the show. It was just awful. I found it very unbearable to watch. Really, I don't know what they were thinking with that one. First off, I don't even like the idea of the Black Star Dragon Balls in general. I thought it was stupid and it really was. The second thing I really had a problem with was, Goku turning back into a kid. But I think I get what they were trying to do. I think they were trying to pay homage to the original Dragon Ball. But I don't. But it really did not work. It wound up, of course, being an epic fail. So yeah, the first 20-something episodes is really just unbearable to watch. And plus, they put it on Nicktoons now for whatever reason. I'm surprised that they did that. So yeah, I'm going to explain why I didn't like the Dragon Ball thing. First off, you really can't go backwards in a show like this. It really just doesn't work, and they pretty much showed why it doesn't work. For one, they are way too strong to be, trying to do all the adventure stuff that they did in Dragon Ball. Really, they're pretty overpowered. And two, the atmosphere was really way too dark for that to even work. It really was. So that whole, trying to recapture the adventurous feel of Dragon Ball really failed. It really did. And it doesn't really even get interesting until Baby is introduced into the show. And really, when he gets onto Earth, that's when the show starts to pick up. Before that, it's just not funny. It's not interesting. The fight scenes are really boring. A lot of the villains in the show in general are just not threatening or interesting, and they're really weak. Yeah. I think the Baby Saga really was the only decent saga out of all of GT. It had an interesting storyline. I liked the whole, everyone was against Goku and Pan. I thought that was kind of cool. And Baby's motives were actually, I don't know, intelligent. He actually had like a legitimate motive instead of just, I just want to blow up the world just because I can. It's pretty cool. And Goku's whole transformation of Super Saiyan 4 was really cool. And that whole struggle, really, it was pretty much the really only good saga in there. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I don't really have that much to say about it because I actually did like that saga. But the other sagas, not so much. The Super 17 saga, I kind of like, but I kind of don't at the same time. The Super 17 saga, my main issue with it is that, well, Super 17 himself, I really don't think he should have been the main villain. If he had to be the main villain, then Android 18 should have became Super as well. Yeah, but I really think it would have been a better idea had they used Frieza and Cell as the main villains of that saga. What they should have done is had them fuse together somehow, and and then yeah, had them fuse somehow and had them absorb Goku, and then they go after the other Z fighters and fight them or even try to absorb them. And that would have been a good time to have the other characters really step up and do what they need to do. Because I really had a problem with that too, just like a lot of people did. All the characters except Goku were really weak, which did not really make any sense to me, considering the fact that there are some characters that should be stronger than him, like Gohan, Goten, Trunks, um, Oob. I can't believe the way they used Oob. He was so useless. It doesn't make any sense to me. For anyone that doesn't know who Oob is, he, along with Pan, was introduced around the end of Dragon Ball Z, and they were introduced with such promise. And even after all that training Goku did with Oob, he still wind up being weak. Oh yeah, by the way, Oob is the reincarnation of Kid Buu. For anyone that did not know that, and he actually at some point um, fuses with Majin Buu, and then he becomes Majin Oob. So with that being said, he should either be stronger than Goku or at the very least be on par with him. He shouldn't be weaker. He shouldn't be just another punching bag. That's ridiculous. I thought that was so stupid. I also didn't like how, like Trunks and Pan, they were just there. They got more screen time out of all the characters in the show. But all they really did was just get in the way. They either got kidnapped or injured, or both. They were useless. Oh goodness, why did they do this? Why do they have to do this to Trunks? He's one of my favorite characters, and they really screwed up his character. Same as Goten, who I don't even know what to even say about his character. And then there's Bulla, or Bra, whatever you want to call her. What was the point of her character? She doesn't do anything. She is a sane version of Bulma. She's Bulma with powers. Really, what was the point of her being in the series if she's not even going to do anything? And of course, there's Piccolo, who they really use poorly. His only purpose in the show is to die. That's it. He doesn't show up until episode 40, and then when he does, all his purpose is to die. For plot convenience, which wasn't even a good plot to begin with the whole Black Star Dragon Ball thing. Apparently, for it to be destroyed, he had to die. But that's not my only issue with that, because he continuously gets screwed over. Because at the beginning of the Super 17 saga, he goes to hell and to save Goku because he's trapped in there with Frieza and Cell. Yes, Frieza and Cell was in the show. This is why I said they should have used those characters that way instead of the way they did use them, which was for comic relief. Yes, they were used as comic relief villains. How are you gonna demote them like that? That wasn't even fair. It was kind of funny, but it was still sad. It just felt wrong that they got demoted like that. they they really screwed that one up. And then there's a lot of people also complained about the character designs of the show. I really have a lot of problems with the character designs. I did have a few problems. One, everybody looks scrawny now than they did before. Problem number two, um, Well, really, Krillin and Vegeta's. Vegeta's not so much. I didn't really have much of a problem with his. I actually kind of like the haircut and biker look that he had, and that mustache. I'm surprised no one ever brings up the mustache. That was the most noticeable thing I ever seen as far as his change is concerned. And then there was Krillin, who I really just despise his look. Why does he look so old? He shouldn't look that old. Really, there are characters that are older than him that look younger. Boma, no, Boma, Yamcha, Tien, who by the way wasn't barely in the show. I think they only made like one appearance towards the end, and Master Roshi. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, Krillin looks older than all of them. Even Master Roshi, who was older than all of them. That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I didn't really care much for the Super 17 saga. Like I like 17, like 17's character, but I think it could have been used better. I think the whole thing could have been done better, to be honest. I don't even really want to touch on the Shadow Dragon saga. Uh, that saga was pretty bad too. They had an interesting idea, but the problem with that saga was the dragons themselves. Most of them were just laughable. The only dragons you could really take seriously were Nova and Sin slash Omega Shenron. The rest of them were weak and pathetic. Really. I don't even know what else to touch on this show. It's just so much. I guess I could also talk about the last fight. I don't even want to touch on that because that was just that's a whole nother rant in itself. It was pretty bad. Well, these are just a few of my thoughts. I'll probably make a part two or something. I'm not sure. I do have maybe a few more things to say, but those are the general things I need to say about that show. All right, so I'll see you later.